So Leechburg, Greg Vukic, 72 yards, final 37-16. That's the Section 1 AA title that you opened with in a playoff game at Oak Hill. Semifinal, your nice shutout. We talked earlier about that 18-0 win against Swissville. Then the 14-12 loss to Seton LaSalle. Former Steelers director of football operations and a good friend of mine, Tom Donahue, during his time with the Steelers, was always so gracious to me. Happened to be their coach. What I didn't realize until I did a little research, you actually played at Mo Rubenstein Stadium in Ambridge. Brian Nadebo had a big night. He passed for 140 yards, ran for 79. But again, it all comes down to you lose that game. Sure, it would have been the first WPIAL title for them since 1951, but you finished 11-1-1. It would have been nice to cap off with the WPIAL championship, but what an amazing year that was.
Well, it was, Robin. To be honest with you, it probably hasn't been a day's gone by in my life that I haven't relived that game, because we were that close, and I think a couple of decisions I made when, I may have out-coached myself. I don't know, a couple of decisions I made in a couple of plays we ran, but it was just one of those things. We missed our first extra point, then we had to go for two the second time, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. That was a great team we played against, but what more can you ask for out of the kids that we had that year?
Last thing I'm going to ask you, so you got the 51 team, and we're going to do something about the late Ed Moldovan coming up in a couple of weeks. Dear friend of mine, his son, he was on that 51 team with Tito Francona and Ray Tannehill. But then, Joe, they get the title in 94, and you get there in between. It's kind of amazing when you think about all the great athletes in New Brighton that they've only been to the championship those few times, right?
That's true. Even with when they had Bo James in that group, I don't think that they. But back then, if I'm not mistaken, that wasn't they didn't have a playoff system there. You had, pretty sure you had to still be undefeated to even have a chance. And they went by the Gardner point system, and if you weren't one of the top two teams in the Gardner point system, you didn't even get a chance to play for the championship.
Now we're going to have a little fun. He's going to walk the line with us. Then we'll say goodnight. Throwback Coach of the Week with your Pratt Pack, former New Brighton Lions head coach Larry Matrazzo.